What is up, everyone? It is Luke McGuire here. Hope you are all doing well this morning. Sorry we're running a little bit behind today. I just wanted to make sure I had everything set up for today's webinar. And today's one is one over the past 7 years of my career that people have been asking me to do. Now that is, I'll share my screen here real quick. A little document up here for you guys. That is going to be how do I write, film and launch sales videos. Now, sales video content is without a doubt the biggest way to build trust, to take people on a journey, to essentially create a need or a want, and to essentially sell your product, service, or offer. Now, let me know in the chat box over here, who here has their own product, service, or offer that they want to sell, right? Let me know. Put number 1 in the box if you do, and number 2 in the box if you don't have an offer yet. Now, again, this is just such a powerful strategy for anyone that's doing any form of online marketing. And I know I'm going to address the elephant in the room here. A lot of us like to try to make sales without creating video, and definitely without being on video, right? Put a number 5 in the box if that is you. Don't be scared. I'm going to call you guys out if this isn't you, because a lot of people hate being on video, right? Derek says 5 ... maybe. See, yeah, exactly right. So this is something that was very hard for me to do. Surprisingly, you probably don't think that. I remember when I was in university, I was absolutely shit scared of speaking to people, speaking in front of a camera. I avoided public speaking, which was an elective like the plague. I just did not want to do it. I reckon I was better at doing social distancing away from public speaking than I have throughout this crazy time now, even though I have been just locked up here by myself. But that's how much I hated doing public speaking. And the beautiful thing is, when I started to get into my career of online marketing, I created my first course. It was a course called Socialite Pro, right? So it's a course called Socialite Pro, and basically I took everything I knew about online marketing at that point, from all these different courses that I learned. So basic ways on how to do Facebook ads. I learned how to create WordPress sites. I knew how to do basic SEO. I knew how to create Instagram accounts, fan pages, and I did this ridiculously over complex course. Well, it wasn't over complex, but there was just a lot of content, and I wasn't focusing on one specific area, right? So what I wanted to do in today's webinar is, 1, I'm going to get rid of any fear you have of speaking on camera. 2, I'm going to share with you why it is so important to do so. 3, I'm going to walk you through some of the basics on how I write sales videos and sales material. 4, we're going to touch on here how to actually then film that on a shoestring budget. We're going to do some question and answers. We're going to do some prizes. I want you guys to be a part of this. Gord says I have a funny accent. Well, I hope you get used to it today, my friend, because I'm going to be speaking a lot, and I hope you get excited as much as I do. And even if you're laughing at my accent, I'm totally cool with that, because this is going to be fun. And that's the other big thing I really want to share with you guys here, is how to make sales videos. But no, Gord, don't worry, I know I have an Australian accent. It's very funny to a lot of people, so it's all good. Carrie says, will this be recorded? Yes, guys, every webinar I do record, but I will send this out. But there is benefits on being on this webinar live. You guys will get sections at the end that no one else will get anywhere else, purely for being live on today's webinar. So that's an incentive to join these. So I appreciate you guys all being here today. Now, let me just take you back quickly, again, back to when I finished university. I wanted to then create my first online product, right? Now, and a lot of you guys might, like, I know a lot of you guys say you have your own product or service here, which is awesome. There are some people here that do not. So what I'm going to share with you here today is how to then create your own product. And this is something I always say. People say, I don't know what I'm going to create a product around, right? What am I going to create a product around? And this is for everyone here. Every single person here today has some form of value that you can put into a video course, into an online course. Now, yes, you could do a PDF ebook, right? But I'm telling you guys, video just sells so much better. You can charge more and it builds a stronger relationship with your audience. So we're going to cover that as well here today. So let me just write some quick notes here. We're going to just so you guys know the agenda, right? And agenda. So we're going to be like, so I'm going to start how. So why sales videos are so important. The key topic is how to write, film, and launch sales videos on a shoestring budget. We're going to talk about how to remove all fear of speaking on camera, how to monetize your videos, and then we're going to go some Q&As. And then I got a nice little extra bonus for you all. So that's the rough agenda. You know me, I might jump around bits and pieces, but that's essentially how we're going to get started here. So let me just take you back to, I think between 5 to 7 years ago. What I did was I created this course and I had no idea how to launch it. And the way I built it was ridiculous. I was using so many different membership plugins and sites and tools. And back then there wasn't easy page builders like there are today. It did my head in. I was figuring out how to use things like Amazon web servers and all this stuff to minimize the amount of views, to save my, it was just ridiculous, right? But at that point, I went and I bought a very basic white or like white screen and green screen. So let me just see if I can pull something up for you guys here so you can see home, white screen, and lighting. So it was literally something like that. It was this really flimsy white screen that would get creased when I rolled it up. It had this stand around it. It was just this absolute horrible thing. Well, actually, if I had had space, it would have been great, but I had no space back then. Poor lighting. I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I was trying to make it up as I go. And if I look back at that sales video today, I absolutely am I'm proud of myself in one sense, because I know I was absolutely shit scared to do it. In another sense, if I knew what I knew now, which is what I'm going to be teaching and sharing with you guys today, I know I could have done a much better job. And that's where this picture, there's a picture you guys would have seen a lot of me, maybe if I haven't put Luke McGuire into Google, there's this picture, this one here. This picture I literally took in my bedroom at my family house with this widescreen setup, and I somehow managed to get this shot, right? And you can see how baby-faced I look there. But this became a picture I used in so many different tools and softwares my designers used. And what I'm going to share with you today is how these types of things can really add a core foundation to your business, right? And video, without a doubt, again, is just, there's just so many benefits to it. So let's just talk about them and let's jump into it. So I've got a very special guest here as well. Benefits, I'll introduce him in a minute. So the benefits of video, right? And I really just need you guys to understand this is where you make the money. So the benefits is it builds trust. You get cold leads and instantly start to build a relationship. Put me in the box if you would trust someone more that you see face to face and you're speaking to versus an email that comes into your inbox. Write me in the box. And again, the more I'm going to give away some cash later on, I've decided just now. So the most engaged people, I am going to be looking at you and go from there. But you could get cold leads and instantly start to build a relationship, right? Most people are visual learners. Put a number 6 in the box if you're a visual learner, number 7 if you are not a visual learner, because again, I just want to give you guys, share basically the feedback here. If you if you like to buy things because you are, look, literally we've got 1 7 here, which is totally normal. Obviously there are people that prefer just to read and not see. They can visualize it themselves, but a lot of people are visual learners. Someone said my sound's going in and out. I'm sorry if that's the case. If anyone has that issue, just let me know in the chat box. I'll see what I can do there. But the benefits of video as well is people like to buy from people, right? People like to buy from people. With video, you can take them on a journey. Think about Facebook. You're scrolling through and the videos are usually the things that you stop at. And when you start to invest time into something, you subconsciously become connected to that brand, to that product, to that service. And the more and more you see it, the more familiar you get with that product or service or that person, and then you will make a subconscious decision to then opt in to purchase, to find out more. It's marketing, again, is marketing to the subconscious, to making the other person feel that they're making a choice on their complete own will, but really it's been your efforts to help them understand why your product or service or offer is something they need. And to do this, video is literally one of, if not the most important part to get right. So a lot of people here, Alan says, I like the music too, motivating. Guys, is there music playing? I don't think there's any music playing, unless you like my beautiful voice. It might sound like music to some people. Oh, Alan said it in the videos, you like the music playing, correct. So again, video is about creating an experience. You want to take them on a journey. Now, I don't like to use the word manipulation, right? But it's a word that a lot of people, and again, this is addressing an elephant in the room. We all know marketing is trying to make someone that doesn't know you, your brand, your product or service, to then trusting you into building that relationship. And in a lot of cases with really crappy products, which is why you guys know I don't promote many offers. There's a lot of people out there that create these sales pages and videos that they promise the world, under deliver, but they've manipulated you into thinking that it's going to do those things. So that's another thing we're going to cover today, is how to ensure you only are doing sales videos and content for actual businesses or offers that you can then back up. Now, again, it is the most important part of your business is your sales page and sales video. Now, I know that's a big call, right? You might be saying, well, no, it's not. My actual product or service is the most important part of my business, right? And yes, I do agree with that in one sense, but at the end of the day, if you do not have a good sales video and sales copy, no one's ever going to see your product or service, right? No one will ever see your product or service if they don't buy, which is why you putting time into a sales video and into sales copy is so damn important. Who here's done Facebook ads and you've sent traffic to a offer page and you just don't get conversions, right? Write me in the box if that's you. Let me know. A lot of people will get traffic and you'll buy these traffic products, but then nothing converts and you wonder why. You know the product you have is good. You know the offering you have is good. Why doesn't it convert? And the simple answer is wherever you've got the traffic, that traffic and the message you've displayed there does not correlate with the offer page itself. It's literally just two things, traffic and an offer. And if your offer is not displayed and shown correctly, it's not going to convert, right? So let me just have a quick sip of water. So this is why this has been a topic for many years that people have wanted me to cover. And the reason I haven't for a couple of reasons is, one, I feel that my sales videos are just the best in the entire industry. I always go above and beyond. I'm going to show you some of them in a minute. This is why every time I do a software launch, it converts like crazy. I'm going to take you through Advert Suite, how I came about that and wrote that actual sales copy today, and how we filmed it. But and again, by the way, that was the biggest launch of the year last year, and I'm the #1 vendor in JV Zoo in the world. I'm not saying that to show off or to gloat or anything. I'm saying that because what you're going to learn here today is proven to be the best way to do this, and I've never shared this before. So give me a hell yeah in the comments if you're excited, because I'm about to share something that I didn't think I ever would share, because I have spent so much money, time, and energy on doing this, building this, and I'm going to share as much as I can today. And then I'm also going to share with you guys how I can even work with you on how to write your sales pages and whatnot today. So give me a hell yeah. This is something again, I'm excited in one sense because I know it's going to change so many of your lives. In another sense, I'm a bit nervous. I don't want all my competition to pick this up. But again, at the same time, a lot of my competition are friends, and I'm all about always empowering others and helping them get results. And again, due to the crazy time we're in right now, I think it's so important to be giving as much love and as much help to each other as we can. So that's what I'm going to do here today. Now, what I'm going to share, introduce to you right now is my first sales video ever, right? Like I said, so what I did, I sold my car, I sold everything I owned. A lot of you guys might know about my story there. And I had a local marketing business, and I created my first little digital course. And then I had to create a sales video for my first launch, because I paid the two biggest internet marketers in the world that I knew at the time, Alex Becker and Alex Cass, when they were partners, to mentor me on how to do a software launch. And the two biggest skill sets I got from that was how to write sales copy, how to write sales videos. What they didn't teach me was how to record sales videos. So what I did my first sales video myself, again, like I was saying, in my bedroom, with some different bloody equipment that I bought online from these little starter pack things. And I didn't know what I was doing, and the audio was horrible. The editing was just rubbish. I didn't know what I was doing. I was just picking it up as I go. So my goal here today is to give you guys education on this, how you can replicate what I do very quickly and implement and start working on this, and then how I can help you in future as well. So my first software launch, it did $70,000 online in a week, which was money I'd never even seen in my life. Unfortunately, the way software launches work, they're affiliates, so they get 50%. I had to pay prizes out, I had to do pay for equipment and all this other stuff, and I actually didn't make any money. But I knew if I had have got my sales video right, I would have done 2 times, 3 times, 4 times that amount. But people are very quick to judge, and I'm going to talk about that in a minute. But so for my second video, what I did was, I'm like, I need to get a videographer. I need to get someone to do this for me, right? And what I did was I searched around of who I knew that did videos. I didn't have much of a budget, and I was in my very early 20s, and I looked around, and then one of my friend's brothers, who was a guy that was in my sister's grade at school, he started doing videography, and he was studying this. And I said to him, do you mind, would you be interested in filming a sales video with me? And he said, yeah, sure, let's give it a go. And he hadn't been in this space at all in terms of these type of sales videos, and everything that comes with it, the upsells and the actual momentum of what we need to do and the style that I like to do my sales videos in. But he said, yeah, sure. It did cost me, it might have been $500 or something at the time, because he was getting started as well. And that's where I got my videographer, and he's one of my very closest friends as well, Matt Coleman. He's here. I'll get him to chuck his webcam on now here today. If you are there, Matty, he might have just popped off for a second, but you can just see, oh, there he is.
Hey, can you hear me?
Matt. Yes, can hear you absolutely fine. So this is Matt. Matt has been a part of every single product launch I've ever done. He's filmed every single sales video with me over the past 7 years. He has traveled around the world with me. A lot of you would have met him as well at events with me. He is the guy behind the scenes in terms of filming everything, getting the right angles, doing the stuff that I had no idea how to do. Things like how to shoot outside versus inside, how to get great audio, how to edit, how to move and film, how to get the right shots. All this theory and knowledge around filming that I had no idea. And as soon as Matt came in, my next software launch did over $350,000 in a launch week. And if Matt, in about maybe like 2 minutes, 3 minutes, if you just want to, even a minute, you just want to just let everyone know how you got started in the space quickly, and just a quick introduction of yourself, and then I'll take over again, and we'll get Matt to come back for some Q&As, because this is going to be such value for you guys. And again, Matt's my secret weapon. So yeah, Matt, you can just little intro on you if you want.
Yeah, sure. Well, I'm Matt. I'm Luke's videographer, and I remember when Luke hit me up, it was something I've never done before, but I was so interested, and I just loved the way I could just see he was so talented and the way he could sell things, and he was just so knowledgeable, and we just combined our forces together and just worked magic. We've been working together for what, 7 years now, so it's been crazy.
I'm just getting Matt on my little Insta story here, because I know Matt does not like being on camera, even though he's a male model and a half. But
Far from.
So what we've decided to do today here is come on here today and teach you guys how this all works, and give you guys some of the quickest getting started tips in how to do this, and then give you also an option here as well on how we can then work with you and ensure that your sales are an absolute no-brainer. So again, Matt, I'll get you to jump off. You can jump off camera again for the minute now if you'd like. I'll take over, because I know too many people are probably going to end up watching you with your white teeth versus watching the actual information that I want to share with everyone here today. So I'll get Matt to jump back on a bit later on, but Matt will probably be about 45 minutes an hour if you needed to pop out quickly and do anything. But there will be a Q&A here as well. So in saying that, Matt, again, has become my best friend. There's been times where I've had to go to Vegas for a week. Matt has had a client I'd go on a Monday. On a Thursday, for example, Matt would have a client of filming a giant festival here in Australia, but he would fly over for 24 hours for me because he's so dedicated to his craft. Matt would also, I remember I was in London once, and he was over filming a giant music festival over in Croatia. And I said, Matt, I need to get some filming done tonight. Can you come just for the night? And he would come, and he just does it. And really the beautiful principle about how Matt and I work is we love to keep things simple. We're not people that like to really overcomplicate things. And if anyone's ever been on a videography course or a sales video type course or anything like that, you would see sometimes they really go over the top with what they teach, when really this process can keep things simple. Now, what I quickly just want to show you here is the result of a sales video and sales copy on my software offers here. So you can see here, these are different products I have over the past couple of years. So you can see $7,500, $58,000, $9,000, $584,000, $308,000, $100,000, $112,000, $81,000, $231,000, $320,000, $100,000, $140,000, $7,000, $7,000, $14,000, $136,000, $53,000, $264,000, blah blah blah, and it'll just keep on going on and on and on. Another $700,000, another $100,000, $58,000, 243, 182, 83, 386, 84,000, and some products I don't sell anymore, 634,000, 128,000, 56,000. I can just keep on going and just showing you multi 6 and 7 figure numbers here. 825,000 here, 90,000, 164, 134,000, 234, blah, 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 right? It keeps on going and going and going. Now, this purely comes down to two things. All of those products have in common are only two things: a sales video and sales copy. Nothing else. There's no other pages. Just a sales video, sales copy, and the buy button, right? So who here would like to see how this is done? So we're going to break this up into a couple of sections right now. Now, again, Gord says I need a product. Again, this can work for anything from dropshipping to or e-commerce, right? This could work for local marketing. So if you learn this, you can literally go to local businesses and offer them this service for them, doing sales videos and sales content for their business, right? Local marketing. This will work for affiliate marketing. So you're promoting someone else's product, but you need to build that relationship. It'll work for Facebook ads, Google ads. Oh, not Google ads because there's no video there. Sorry, YouTube ads, I should say. Instagram stories, updates, sales videos in general, right? Even on TikToks, you could really work this anywhere you want. And it's going to come down to, first of all, the 3 steps are sales copy, and then VSL, so the video sales letter, so the video and how to actually write that, how to film it, and then how to launch it, right? Those are the 3 key areas here. And then George says, how do you create your sales copy? I'll talk about that in a minute. Now, again, I like to keep things simple, right? If you go through some of my products, and do this after, don't do this now. I'm going to put some links here so you can check out my sales videos, advertsuite.com. You can have a look at inboxer.com, storymate.com. These different products, don't go look at them now, but after this, go through these webinars and have a look at the sales videos. I keep things simple, and it's the same template I use for them all, right? It's the same template, and this works for any industry in any niche, and this is what I'm going to share with you as much as I can today here. So keep things simple. Now, when someone comes to a sales page, what is the first thing they're going to do? They're going to watch whatever they see at the top right. So it's always a headline and then your sales video. And the headline is to entice people to watch the sales video. Now I've already done a webinar to my internal members of one of my courses on sales copy. I've even done a public one to everyone, I believe, as well. But again, it's very similar. Sales copy is the same journey as the sales video copy, right? So again, we're going to talk about writing it now. Then I'm going to be talking about how to film and get really confident on camera and things you can do, action them today, right? But let's talk about copy. So sales copy for the video. So the video, what you're saying on camera, it's a very similar process on how I speak it versus the journey I take them on a sales page. Let me just pull out advertsuite.com. So this sales video is going to be a very similar journey to how I take them through on this here. It's just, again, people like to learn in 2 different ways or multiple different ways. And again, one thing when it comes to sales videos is people actually, like, if you watch a video, put it in the comments here how quickly you would leave a sales or any form of video if you start watching it. and it's not engaging to you? How long does it take? How long do you judge or watch something until you judge it, right? And be brutally honest here. Yeah, so people say here, see 6 seconds, 3 seconds, 5 seconds, 10 seconds, 30 seconds, 30 seconds is quite generous. Good, very generous. Wow, James says 1 to 2 minutes. See, let me see if I can actually find the exact stat. Video for on average. So I can't really see it anymore. I can't see anything here for that, but I can tell you it is only a couple of seconds, and it's getting smaller and smaller by the day. People have so much content being thrown at them that you will be judged in the first 5 to 10 seconds, literally even quicker than that in some instances. Alan says here it's proven to be 7 to 8 seconds. Yeah, okay, and that sounds about right, but I feel like it's going to be even lower and lower. We scroll through Facebook, we watch something for a few seconds. If it doesn't appeal to us, we're gone, right? And this is probably why most people have such a problem with sales videos and not getting conversions, is because they're probably instantly gone because they haven't introduced the video the right way. Now, this is something here I want to share with you guys, benefits. So I always say this, and this is probably my golden rule, or one of 3 golden rules. But if there's anything you take away from this, this is what I want you to take away. Always promote the benefits first over features, right? Benefits over features. I've used this example before. No one cares if I have an Instagram software that allows you to schedule content to Instagram from your computer nearly as much as if I said, wouldn't it be great if you could have more time, more money, and your business working for you 24/7, generating leads while you sleep, by having your Instagram content be scheduled out to your exact audience every single night without you having to lift a finger. That is a benefit-driven statement. Say I was selling a house. Instead of me saying, hey, there's 5 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, and a laundry, and it's this much money, I would say something like, imagine walking into your dream home, creating a family on a waterfront view with 5 huge bedrooms to live a family life of relaxation, comfort, and luxury that you've always wanted and deserved, right? Pushing the benefits and then accompany them by the features is the way to sell. And this is something I want you to apply to anything that you do, from updates that are sales related, from videos to Instagram posts to messages to email marketing. Push the benefits first over the features. So if you guys can write this down, because by writing it down in the chat box or writing it on paper, but do me a favor, write it in the chat box. Benefits first, features second. Write it down now. Just do it for me now, because I want, when you write things, it gets stuck in your mind. I don't want people to come on this webinar and then leave and then forget everything, and so they'll watch it later and then they won't. You know what? We've got a couple of hundred people on here, and I can only see about 10 people here that have actually written that down. So Amir online, let me know your PayPal. I'm going to give you $50 for engaging. Everyone else here is now jumping in and doing it as well. But that's what happens when you engage in these webinars. I will reward your engagement. So $50 here. Shoot me your PayPal. I'm going to send that through to you after this. So yeah, cool. So promote the benefits first, feature second. So the way a sales let's break down what a actual sales video actually should include, right? So this is what I break it down as: the first 10 seconds, the next 60 seconds, the next 3 minutes, and then the sorry, goes demo, then we go close, sorry, then we go demo, then we go emotional marketing. I'll talk about this section in a second. Then we go remove risk, close, right? This is a basic breakdown of how I write my sales videos, and I'll explain what each of these sections mean in a minute. And but this is a template you need to follow. Now, the first 10 seconds are the most important, right? This is where the first 10 seconds of any sales video, you need to get their attention. You need to make them want to continue watching. You want to obviously start to build rapport and trust. Sorry about my horrible spelling, guys. You want to make this about them, not you. Now, this is a big one. Make it about them, not about you. We often see, and I used to do this as well, and sometimes I still catch myself doing this. Whenever I'm selling something, I will always double check on if I am making it about the person or if I'm making it about me, right? and if it's about me, it's not going to convert as well. No one cares that's watching my sales videos about me. As brutally honest and horrible as that sounds, they don't give a shit about me. All they care about is them, which is fine. They should care about themselves. They're investing their time watching me, so I need to be caring about them for doing that, right? And so many people don't. So let's even just go into JVZoo and just see some actual examples. Let's have a look at, let's even have a look at some of the top sellers, and we'll compare the lowest products compared to the best. So let's have a look at, and you can see here, even AdvertSuite is still a top seller today. This product hasn't even been, this product was launched, I don't know, 8 months ago, and it still sells every single day. But let's have a look. Alphon Omega SE system, a super hit, MT4, see this, I don't know. It just sounds like a whole lot of mouthful of words. But let's see what this page looks like. Oh my God. This is just, I'm sorry if I know that, oh God. See, you know, this person's getting sales on, I don't, maybe this is impressive for powerful people, but let's see if they push any benefits here. Absolute killer beast package since 2008. The most rare trading tools that brokers wish never existed. Power packed, accurate, legendary. All trading styles very. This is, I don't know. This is probably the worst sales page I've ever seen, but it's obviously converting to some people. But this is what I was talking about before in terms of manipulation and that. Forex at its best is still profiting to any Forex trader. You need this system, period. It's been more than a decade. This profitable master still makes tons of pips. This tool, blah, 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 blah. You can see it doesn't say anywhere here about how this will benefit the actual person. The trading system paved the way for many of the great profitable Forex systems that you see today. Let's see if there's anything about the person here. Well, they say you'll see many opportunities to trade, but that's pretty basic. We've got a huge facelift. We've got this. Instead of saying you can come into the new Alpha Omega and be greeted with a beautifully new design interface designed for our members by our members to ensure you have the most pleasurable experience. Now, again, the sales copy and the video sales letter, it's a very similar, well, it's basically the exact same method, right? You want to be sharing it about the actual user. And again, I just can't believe this. That's got to be, that's one of the worst sales pages I think I've ever seen in my damn life. Not being rude to whoever owns this. Actually, no, I am being rude. That's just ridiculous. Let's have a look at something else, right? Let's find products. Let's find a product that has all right sales because they've probably done an okay job. Because there's no point just showing you just absolute crap. But that thing was crap. And I don't want to be put in front of that ever again. That's kind of wrecked my morning. No, it hasn't. You guys are here. I love hanging out with you guys. Let's go when my internet wants to load. Let's just go one more page down. So this is inside of JVZoo where you can see all the different products that are on there. You can see my story mates there. Let's just, I don't know. Let's just have a look at this one here maybe. By Josh, this should be a pretty solid page. And again, then we'll jump back into the actual example, but I just wanted to, I don't want links, I want to view the sales page. Oh, I don't even have the product up anymore. That's quite upsetting. All right, let's just screw that and we'll go back to what we're talking about here. But again, make it about them, not about you. The first 10 seconds are so important, right? So things to engage users, right? Right here, if you have, right in the box, if you have a product, right if you have a service, right? Don says that product is aimed at alpha males. Bloody hell, if this is alpha males, I bloody don't want to be on. Ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. I'm going to actually drag that out into the blade bin. Sorry, I'm getting too worked up over that guy. Make this about them, not about you. So how do you get attention in the first 10 seconds, right? How do you get attention in the first 10 seconds? Let me know, right? What are some ideas that you guys have? People have both, right? So people have products and services, right? Gerald says to move on. Gerald, I will do whatever I want on this webinar, my friend. So yeah, we've got some good options coming in here. We got someone saying, shout. Don't shout. Do not do this. Pattern interrupt. Now, we'll talk about pattern interrupt. I'll put a question mark. There's in a sales video, there's always a section where I will do a pattern interrupt. But at the start, yes, you do need to get their attention in some way, shape, or form. There's a way to there's a shock value that will get views, but I want to tell you what the best option is. And yes, good. Ed here has got it. You want to lead with a quick intro and bold statement, right? Over the top statement that can be backed up. Now, this could be something like, hey guys, Luke McGuire here, and really quickly in the next 60 seconds, I want to show you how to do A, B, C, and D. Or not I want to, say I'm going to show you how to do A, B, C, and D, right? Give them what they're going to get, push the benefit, and that's going to keep their attention for the next 30 to 60 seconds, right? You want to do this quickly. Now, again, I actually could go into a lot more depth of this, but I want to move forward through this because there's a lot we want to share, and then we'll talk to you about how I'll go and how I can help you guys a bit further with this as well. But again, first 10 seconds, so important. Things as well like location of where you are shooting. Audio quality will be an important factor. If you've got rubbish audio quality, people aren't going to stay around, right? And there's a difference between audio quality if you're doing it for an Instagram update or a story versus if you're doing a proper sales video. So we'll talk about that later on in today's service, right? Offer, right? Or in today's webinar. So the audio quality, location, but you want to be doing a quick intro with a bold statement and letting them know that they're going to, if they keep watching, that's what they're going to get the answer to, right? Christina says here, what about, do you know how to get a great night's sleep guaranteed? I heard questions are good because the brain wants to answer. Yes, this is also a great one as well, questions. And again, I will include questions in an actual, well, sometimes I'll include questions in sales videos, but when I'm doing it for a proper product, I won't actually put questions in because I'm the authoritative figure that's trying to ensure they know that that I want to give them the information. In your example here, saying, do you know how to get a great night's sleep? If not, let me show you. Now, but by saying something like that, it's going to then segment your audience right away. If I said, do you know how to get a great night's sleep guaranteed? If they say yes, they're going to be gone, right? A better way to frame that would be, let me show you how to improve your sleep tenfold, guaranteed, if you can guarantee it, in the next 60 seconds. That way you will address everyone, and then anyone that then you haven't segmented the market there, right? You've said you'll improve their sleep, guaranteed, and I'm going to show you that next, right? So that is a very important thing to remember there. You don't want to be segmenting the market out. You want to be ensuring it's a powerful, punchy statement that goes and really drills into the head, and a benefit-driven sleep statement, right? I think my webcam just cut out for a second then. So again, let's just do a quick one with the sleep thing here. So a benefit-driven statement here, obviously, for sleep, saying, I'm going to show you how to have more energy, better sex life, motivation, and obviously, I wouldn't write exactly like this, but depending on the product, by ensuring your 8 hours a night sleep are the best that you have ever had. Then I might even address something here by saying, and that's what I'll say in my opening sentence. The next 60 seconds is then when you want to start to build the trust, right? I might say something here like, I know this, I might even say that in the previous section. I know this is a large statement to make, but let me show you exactly how in the next X seconds, right? Boom, powerful statement, over the top, intrigues them, shocks them, makes them want to keep watching for a little bit longer, right? Now, what I do in this section here, in the next 60 seconds, I will then take them on a journey of who I am, why I am the person they want to be listening to. I'll cover the pain points that I faced. I will build rapport, and then I will let them know I'm going to be sharing a live demo, right? Then I'll jump into a demo. And again, I know I'm moving fast. I'll go back and cover a few more things in a minute. But from this point, you then got their attention. You've introduced yourself. You've solidified yourself as who you are, what you do, why you had issues, and how you've then solved them. You're then going to introduce your actual offer, whether it's your product or your service or an affiliate marketing product or an e-commerce example, whatever it might be. Quick demo. And again, keep it quick. Keep it quick. You don't want to be going over the top here with a 30-minute long demo. And it's hard sometimes to really draw back on what it is that you actually share. The demo is about sharing the benefits again. Focus on benefits over the features, and you want to then make it quick, make it fast, and then you want to have them basically sold by this point. Then emotional marketing. We're going to touch on this quickly here, but again, this is such a powerful, powerful section. So who here can see the trend of what we've done in the first 2 minutes of this video, right? We've shocked them. We've made them probably be curious but doubtful. We've then built rapport by introducing who we are, that we've had similar product problems, that we've created a solution, and that we know they might be skeptical, but rather than tell them how great it is, we're going to show them in a demo. You've then making them feel better, then better and better, and then more engaged and more engaged and more engaged. Then show them a demo. They say, wow, they're basically sold at this point, right? So, and this is where a lot of people stop if they even get to this section here, right? By the way, like this is literally what I do for every one of my sales videos. I actually have a proper template of this as well, but I'll talk about that in a minute. But this is what I do, and a lot of, and so I've taught people, some people up to this section, and they've just stopped here after the demo, and then they've made bloody insane amounts of money for the few people that I've shared this up to this section with. But I'm going to keep on going. Now, by this point, a lot of people will be sold. A lot of people, though, will still be on the fence, right? A lot of people need to know everything from start to finish on how their offer works and everything they're going to get, right? So then what I do is an emotional marketing. After the demo finishes, I will say something like, so now you can see how whatever the product is called will provide you better sleep and be a life-changing experience, whatever it might be. Then, so you make them feel really good. Then I will say to them, imagine. Imagine is such an important word to use, especially at this point. So imagine what it would be like. So I might say, imagine what it would be like to have to continue having broken sleeps, night terrors, no energy in the mornings, night terrors in the mornings, no motivation, and feeling exhausted ongoing. So you then have taken them from a giant high to them making them feel what it would be like if they don't have that this option of whatever it is you're saying. Now again, I've written this in my actual video course, that it's so important that whatever you are selling, you believe in, you know it works, you've got results, or you just have such true belief in what it is you are doing, because again, this is marketing, and you're taking them through this emotional circuit, and you don't want to be doing that if you can't deliver whatever it is you are offering. But again, you can do this for any type of course whatsoever, right? Now, like for example, I could say for my Facebook ads course, I just say, imagine what it would be like having to just manually test Facebook ads all the time and hope they work, right? I could say that after adverts with demo, when I've said you can see every single Facebook ad in the world, you can segment them down to your niche, the ones that convert, the ones that don't, and then essentially look at other people spending money to test ads so you don't have to. Imagine what it would be like to go back spending money on ads, testing things to figure out what works and what doesn't, hoping your actual sales page converts, and then often being in more debt than what you actually started with. So that imagining feeling triggers something in their brain to want to keep on watching first of all, and to want your product even more. What I will then say then here, I'll say is, so what I want you to do is go through the actual sales page, see everything that we have to offer and pick it up right now. Now I will do, so that's, I guess we could call the pitch, right? But by this point, you've already basically sold them from scratch, right? You basically sold them. So the pitch, you want to essentially build an offer with scarcity in it, right? So if you're launching something, again, this is talking about launching products, you want to be giving them a reason to buy then and there. I guarantee if they leave the page, they're not going to come back. The chances of someone coming back to your sales page is very, very, very low in the scheme of things. Sometimes people do, most of the times they won't. So this is where you need to make it an irrefusable offer for them to buy right now. So things such as offering them, say for example, a lower price, a coupon code, offering them a bonus of some sort, free shipping, buy one, get one free, depending on what it is. Incentives for them to pick the offer up then and there, right? And again, I then emotionally market here as well, where I'll say, you can get this now and get all of this, or on the flip side, you can come back tomorrow and still pick it up, but the bonuses might be gone, right? And again, do this ethically. A lot of people do not launch, they'll launch something and then they'll give fake scarcity and fake things. Like, I don't believe in that. I believe in doing real scarcity. And there's so many opportunities in the year where you can then bring back that launch deal. You can do sales around Christmas. You can do sales around Easter, around Labor Day, around Australia Day here in Australia, Valentine's Day, your birthday, Blackout Friday. There's so many times you can then rebuild the hype around it, but make sure the scarcity is real. I know some people probably who watch this won't, but I just like to be completely transparent in the way I like to do work, right? And Amir says, is this what creates the FOMO effect? Yeah. Oh, here we go. We've got Jerry again having a bit of a go at me here. He says, Luke, I got in here late. You're violating all your points. Hold a mirror up and look. My time is valued to me. So he doesn't seem to be happy with this one. So Jerry, please leave, my friend. I am more than happy for you to get out of this webinar. Does not bother me whatsoever. See, it's great. You know what? I come in here. I love doing this value stuff. I like to be so real with you all. You know I am always. And Jerry here always has to have a go. I feel like a lot of people are getting a lot of value out of this. So we're going to keep on going. I'm just going to make sure Jerry's removed here really quickly. Yeah, we got him gone. Very, very good. Man, people are crazy. All right, continuing on from here, the pitch, give them the scarcity. I'm going to remove all the risk. And with that, we will do a refund policy, right? Refund policies, people are scared of doing them. They think, okay, well, if I put this on the actual sales page, people won't actually buy my offer. Or if they buy, they're going to refund. First of all, that is not going to happen. Most products and services in the world do have a refund policy that you do have to follow, that you have to legally offer. I don't believe with info products you do, because it's actual knowledge, and if that knowledge has been taken, you can't refund on a product where it's been intangible and the knowledge has been taken through, and then you will close it off there. Now again, we could go into more depth on that whole layer, but that's just a real basic overview for you there. But again, I'll show you how you can get more detailed information on that very, very shortly. Now, what I want to talk about is the filming part, right? So this is where people get really scared as well. They'll say things like, do you need a camera crew? Do you need thousands of dollars of equipment. Do you need to know all your sales script off by heart? What other questions would you guys have if you, or that you think about when filming, right? Do I need, this is one I got once upon a time. Do I need a Lambo to film in front of? Which is the biggest stupid thing ever, you know. I really don't like when I see these supercar sales videos where they're over the top shouting at, look at me, look at me, look at me. Because again, it's not about them. It's not about the customer, it's about them. So someone says here, do you need a green screen? Interesting one here. Gord says, I don't buy without a refund policy. Yeah, well, you know, again, any product and service should have a refund policy unless it's an info course. Info courses, again, if you absorb the information, it's up to you if you then implement it or not. That's what you're paying for, so that you don't have to do refund policies in online courses that you've created. So again, we'll talk about if you don't have a product or service, how you can create your own very, very simply, very quickly on a very shoestring budget here. Someone says here, do you need a good mic? Do you need a set? Do you need a lot of money? Good questions, right? So essentially, the answer for all of these is no. You don't need a camera crew. You don't need thousands of dollars of equipment. You don't need to know all of your scripts and sales content off by heart. You definitely do not need a Lambo. Honestly, like I know a lot of you know I have a Lamborghini, but it's been at the shop for the past bloody month, getting new brakes, trying to get them imported. They're like $8,000, and so I really don't recommend getting one. They're fun for about a week, and then just an impulse purchase I made years ago that I probably wouldn't do again. You don't need a set, and you don't need a lot of money. You don't need lighting either, right? And this is where Matt and I, over the past few years, we were looking at these questions because these are very, very common questions, right? Do you need a clapboard? That's a good one too. So Matt and I, over the past couple of years, get these questions all the time, right? And we wanted to really focus on sitting down and how can we answer these questions rather than saying, no, you don't need this, no, you don't need that, but then saying, how do we actually deliver the answers of these on how you can do it? So what Matt and I did is we decided to build out a course on how to actually film the sales videos, right? How to film them on a shoestring budget with things like your iPhone or Android, right? iPhone and Android devices have 4K filming ability now, right? Matt, I'm not sure if you've got a link there somewhere. Have we put it on YouTube, or that little demo sales video that we did using the iPhone and Android? If you do, if you can send me a link on Facebook, that'd be good, and I'll see if I can share it here. If not, it's all good. I'll email it out later on. But using your iPhone and Android, it's just, you can create some of the most beautifully filmed sales content using your smartphone devices. In fact, in many cases, it'll actually come out better than if you tried to pick up a little portable camera. iPhone and Android have done some really, really cool things with their platform. So Matt, I'm not sure if you're there. If you want to jump on, maybe we'll just give them like a couple of things, just tell them a couple of things they can do with their iPhone and Android camera. And there's a lot of features inside of it that you wouldn't know actually exist, such as you can change the actual exposure in the app. There's all these little secret add-ons and hiding spots inside of your iPhone that allow you to change certain things. So Matt, well, yeah, for example, you can lock in the focus area, right? You can change the exposure. There's a couple of, oh yeah, he's chucking in his headphones now. Yeah, mate?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah. So what I was just saying was, I can hear you. You hear me?
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
totally that.
Yeah. So what I was saying to everyone was then I was talking about, how with the iPhone and Android, there's a lot of features inside these phones that they don't market to people, and little things you can do in settings, and even just with using multiple things on the camera apps and whatnot, like locking in focus, changing exposure, um, different types of videography techniques that can be done directly in the standard apps themselves, right? So can you just name a couple of things that we were talking about the other day that are included? So I think, or I
Yeah,
might
for
have even just
sure.
mentioned them. Yeah.
Well, the iPhone, like I use the iPhone 11. It's got like 3 lenses on it, and you got like this ultra wide, which like is great for like scenery stuff, like especially when we travel, we're on a plane, just you just get to see so much more. And it really gives it like a cinematic look. And then there's like the standard lens, which is just great for just kind of this stuff, where it's just talking directly to camera.
Mm.
And then there's like the telephoto lens, which is good for like zooming and stuff. And there's just so many options on there. Like you can like lock to focus, and then which just kind of just doesn't really like give it an automatic feel, which like a handy cam does, like back in the day. Gives it like a professional look. And if you're walking around with a camera and it changes exposure, it looks really dodgy. That doesn't look professional. Where professional cameras, like they're all manual and everything's locked off. So with the iPhone, yeah, it's like there's just so many options that you can really get quality stuff out of.
Yeah, it's crazy. And Matt, like what are some of the main things you see that other videographers do wrong? One thing would be, right, obviously, getting their exposure wrong. And if for those of you that don't know what exposure is, it's basically if the background's too light, or if you're too dark, or the other way around, right? But what
Yeah,
other
for
things do
sure.
you see videographers do wrong, that we're going to be helping them with covering? So obviously it's going to be how to, like, another thing I thought about is stabilization. A lot of people don't record videos that are stable. They're shaky, they're all over the place. And there's things you can do even inside the iPhone that will enable you not to have these shaky scenes, right?
Yeah, for sure. Probably the biggest thing is like audio is a huge factor,
Mm.
and definitely lighting as well. That's huge. Like if you can't see someone, like if I turn around away from the light, look, it's like all dark and you can't really see me at all.
Hmm.
Where if I spin this way, it's a lot easier and you can really connect to someone, and just gives it a professional look when there's really good lighting. So
Yeah, exactly. All right, cool. Yeah, and the thing is, so Matt and I, over the many years, we keep on finding out these little things that really just add up into creating the perfect sales video, right? And that's why every single software launch, I believe anyway, gets better and better and better conversions. Because if I look at some of my first ones, the first one I ever did, my exposure was all wrong. I was all shaky. My audio was horrible. I wasn't editing it properly. I didn't make it a beautiful listening experience. People now are getting better headphones all the time and listening with headphones all the time and getting the audio quality that then resonates and really makes a connection. It's all these little things that really add up into a beautiful, beautiful sales video. And as Matt was just saying then, one of the big points is that there's a lot in filming that you can do. Like I've learned so much from working with Matt, from when to use a wide landscape shot, to when to use a more portrait style shot, to when to use 2 cameras, to when to move and walk and talk, how to do all of this together, right? And that's why Matt and I decided we actually went away maybe just before this Corona virus stuff all happened around the world. And by the way, I hope everyone is safe. But we went away and we spent a week sitting down and we recorded out an entire course using our cell phones that covers everything you could imagine, right? And the reason why I wanted to build this is because I know there's a lot of marketers out there that wanted to know how I do my sales videos. It's mainly my peers, right? And I wanted to build a high ticket course for them. But then, you know, I thought to myself, like, who do I really care about the most, which is you guys, my customers. So I changed the angle on this, and I decided to build out a course that was made for complete beginners to get on camera, get rid of any scare, any nerves they have on camera, how to nail very professional sales videos, how to do it using their smartphones, things like how to get a really beautiful intro scene. So let me just show you my advert suite one here. So you can see here, so this is my first 10 seconds. So it went a little bit longer, but you'll see it'll jump. So we went from a wide angle to a smaller angle here, and there's all reasons between why we do this and why this works. And they're very easy, very simple to do, but it really just results in giant conversions and keep people watching, right? So I'll let this go for one more second. I'm not sure if you guys can hear this section, so. Was the sand burning my feet? No, it wasn't. And you see here, guys, I'll just let this go to the next section here. So that little section, yes, it does. It just look like me walking on the beach and just really just kind of going with the movements, right? But this video has generated me over $1.5 million online. And what I decided to, and this is something, every little thing I did in this first section, it built so much trust. By this point here, a lot of people were already converted, right? And this is something that you could pick up and replicate right away. I did this in the public, and there was no one around. I did it on the beach, and we've also discussed we've also made a section in here on how to actually film sales videos by yourself and also with someone. So I wanted to show you this here. So this is the curriculum that we've done so far, and what I've made this for is because I want to be your partner in your project on your sales video here and be the person that can go over things with you and for you. So how to write sales scripts. So we go into all the sections that I was talking to you about before. We go into more details in individual training lessons of those. So how to actually write your pitch, how to write the demo, how to write the first 10 seconds, examples in different niches. And then I've also chucked in my actual bonus in this section here of the exact sales script I did for Advert Suite. And in one of the webinars we're going to be doing for the bonuses here, I'm going to actually break down this entire script for you. Now, we then go into the actual course itself, shooting a video on your sales video. So by the end of this section here, you will be able to have written out an actual sales script that you are ready to record. And for those of you that are scared to be on camera, we have a section here, like I said, that will absolutely blow that fear away, because the results you'll get from doing this once will pay you off for millions. But for me, in my case, it's been millions of dollars, but it will literally convert for you for a long time to come. You need to do, and once you do this once, guys, you will be amazed at how you're just not scared of this anymore. It's a phone. It's literally a phone. It's a phone that's going to make you money, and you do it once and you get the results. But what I want to do in this is, as the founding members of this, I want to take you guys through this process, and I want to go through your sales scripts. I want to overlook your recording. I want to check out the edits that you do. And like I said, Matt and I built this to keep it simple and for beginners. So, and do this on a complete shoestring budget. So I don't know, Matt, if you have the actual, that little video. Did you have that video there somewhere? I can't hear it there. I think you're muted at the minute, Matt. If it's not there right now, I'll send that out a bit later on in an email.
Okay.
But if you have it, just shoot it to me on Facebook. But here we go from actually writing the sales script, and again, this in itself is what changed my life. This is what you need to be doing if you want to make money online. Now, again, there are ways you can do this without your face not being on camera if you want, but I would really just love to encourage you guys to give it a shot in doing that. And there's tips we have in here on how to get over that fear. Again, it's your iPhone, you're filming yourself, and there's ways you can do this and make it look absolutely insane. So shooting from welcome, the gear you need. So again, how to do this on a shoestring budget, the actual equipment that we use and that we have then used on launches. And again, it's literally it's between 50 bucks, 100 bucks you might need to spend over a period of time. But you can get started purely with just your phone to begin with. Now, things like lighting, how to film lighting indoor versus outdoor, right? Two different ball games, complete opposites of what you need to do. And little things like this will change how you really see things. Not only that, if you ever take photos, you'll be able to take photos in so much more beautifully. You know, when you have them as a family photo, for example, and everyone's like, which way do we stand? Do we face this way or that way? Things like that won't be an issue anymore. But more importantly, you'll be able to create a beautiful piece of content that literally, well, at least definitely in my space, 95%, I'd even say 98% of people don't record beautiful sales videos. They rely on little drawers and little slides and things that don't make you the big money, right? So audio, how to get the audio right. Framing and composition. Remember I was showing you over here on Advert Suite, all the wide frames, just the in close ones, to B-roll footage, which I'll jump into here. So how to get B-roll footage like this. I've got a voiceover happening here. How to do it all together and put it together in a beautiful single video, right? You can see me here, excuse me, behind me. This is just in Matt's backyard, but perfect place to do it from your own home. You can do this too from your own home, and before you know it, you'll have something pretty amazing out there, right? So lighting, body language. Body language is so important as well. And again, keeping it simple, but these are all the little things that people forget. And when they forget how to do it, or they don't know how to do it, it results in a negative conversion. I've mastered this craft to be the #1 vendor on JVZoo, and this is why, right? So we talk about knowing your camera, how to do time lapses, using things like tripods or even just items around your house where you can put the camera. We then go into editing, and again, editing is how you can then edit your own videos. And this is a skill set, again, that will aid you in so many other areas of life, but not just sales videos, but you might be doing family birthday videos, you might be doing work for a local client, you might need to edit something out of one of your Instagram stories or posts or something you're trying to build. This is going to show you everything that you need to do, and it's very, very basic in the sense that it's not going to be hard for you to do. It's not really going to cost you anything because there's all these free different editors out there. But these are the things that Matt has spent the past 10 years mastering. So things like how to choose the right audio for the videos that you've taken, how to ensure you back up your content. This is a big one if you lose content. Because again, I use content that I filmed 5 years ago still to this day. It all becomes an asset. When you learn this skill set and you go traveling, if you go traveling anywhere, instantly that can become a business expense for you, even if it's a holiday, because you are filming content to be used for your business in one way, shape, or form, right? So things like how to sync the audio, right? How to get the audio that you've recorded on a little lapel mic into matching the audio on the actual video perfectly. Remember, audio is so important. Like Matt said, if you don't have good audio, people will leave instantly. It does not matter how beautiful your actual sales page is and whatnot. People won't listen and they won't watch. And you can get amazing audio with the hacks, little hacks here that Matt has built and worked on over the past handful of years, and just with a very just with one small little item that you can get for I think it's like 20 bucks, 30 bucks, doesn't cost much at all. And again, that's not a necessity, it just depends, it's just what we suggest as well, but you can do it purely with the iPhone directly, and you can edit the audio in this little tool that we're sharing with you here. So basically, from this point here, we're going to take you from writing a sales script, filming it and recording it, to then editing it, and from there you should then have a finished product. Now, what I am doing for this is I am wanting to partner with our founding members here, because again, I am going to make this one of my high ticket courses. This is going to be something that I sell on a webinar for 997 bucks. And by the way, it's not, that's not what's happening today, guys. But I want to get as many of you and work through you with this process. So I'm going to be doing webinars every single week, going over your work. So the first piece webinar that we're going to be doing, I'm going to be going over your actual webinar, over your sales scripts. I'm going to read it. I'm going to give tips. I'm going to share it. I'm going to edit it with you. I'm going to give you what to do to ensure you write a sales script that I know will convert, right? And that's, I covered some of the basics here today, but I'm going to, if you go through this video, you'll write it out accordingly. I will then be able to be your right-hand man on this, right? Then I'm going to go over the filming with you guys. I'm going to help you guys with the filming of it. So the next webinar is going to be on the first 60 seconds. So remember, I said the first 10 seconds and the next 60 seconds are the most important of the sales video. By that stage, I want you guys to have filmed that. I want to help you go over that as well live. And also on these webinars, I'm going to be answering any other questions that you want as well. Now, we're then going to go over the remainder of the VSL. And then what I've also done is I'm going to add this in on July 1st, which is when I will close this to our founding audience here, is how to create a video membership course. So a course just like this that you can sell right away, right? So that you can create your own course, because everyone has value. Everyone has value in one niche, one area, shape, or form. That you can take that value and then create an offer, a video course offer, similar to how I've done here, and make a killing online with helping so many people. Now, I never really do one-on-one mentoring anymore because I have such a large client base, but this is a way. I'm only going to let 50 people in on this course right now. Once those 50 spots are up, it's literally going to be done and gone. And again, this is not fake scarcity. I even spoke about that before. Only 50 spots, right? So again, I told you this is going to be sold for $997. What I'm going to do is I'm going to shoot you a link in the chat box over here, or if you're watching on the replay, I'll probably make the link lukesworld.com/video, but that's not here right now. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to send this link over here, which will allow you to purchase it, but don't purchase it yet, right? I've got a webinar in a couple of days that I'm doing for one of my friends that I'm selling this for 497 bucks, which also gets you all those webinars, all the bonuses and the actual one-on-one help here in the actual webinar series. But I'm going to remove a couple of $100 off that to make this really affordable for anyone and everyone. Now, again, I'm not going to sit on this for too long because I'm all about providing value and free value. And I know you guys like that, but I know there are people here that have a product or service that are ready to know how to get this right. And this is the most important part of your business. Now, what I'm going to get you to do, I'm going to put the link up here. I'll put it in the chat box, but don't buy yet. I want you to, this is what it'll look like. And again, because I haven't made a proper sales page for this yet, I wanted to get you guys in on this first before I release it to anyone else. It says 497, you're going to go add coupon, and then you're going to type in founder VIP. And it's going to remove $200 for you. It's going to give you $297 one-time investment here. You can pick this up here right now, and you're going to get everything. You're going to get my exact method. And again, I'm going to show you how much this generated me And we've covered some of the basics today, and I'm sure you've got value out of that. But if you want more in-depth knowledge in each of those sections, and again, this is what has built my business. And I should be charging 10 grand for this, really, because this has resulted in all of these sales, 584,000. I'm not going to go read them all out again, but you can see 234, 320,000, 136,000, 52,000. And the thing is, I know here, this is going to be for the people that understand what real business is. There's a lot of people in the internet marketing space that think they can just pick up a software and it's going to make them millions, right? Software is there to help strategy. And the most important part of your business is literally your sales page and your sales video. What I'm also going to include in here as well is my exact template on how I write sales copy. So not just the copy for the sales video, but how I write my copy for my sales page. So that's going to give you the combined double edge there, the double whammy. That's going to give you the product that's going to get you the results. And if you've already got a product or service, you need to be doing this. If you don't do this and you don't present your offer right and you don't sell it right, you are going to lose conversions everywhere. And all it's going to take is a couple of sales for you to then have this paid back tenfold, 100-fold, 1,000-fold. This is my template, and I've never shared this ever, and I'm only doing it at this one-time investment price for you to pick it up. So I'm going to chuck this in here. And again, let me just show you the quality of these videos, because again, we have filmed this entire course as well on our smartphone, so you can see what the type of quality of content you will get. Let me just go pricing. And this is the back end of it, right? But you can see here, so this is all done on our iPhones. And again, this is the back end of it. It will look different inside of here, but I'm gonna, and again, the reason I'm doing it at this one-time price is to get you guys in, because I want to get these case studies, because I know when I help you through this, you're going to get the results, and then you can be a testimonial for me for this, because this will be going to 997 and maybe even above. This is the training. This is the real meat of business. This is what will get you results. So if you have joined, let me know, and I would love to welcome you inside of this right now. Now, I can see and again, it's only for the first 50 spots. So there's already a bunch of people here. We've got Glenn, we've got Cheryl, we've got Denise, we've got Matt, Kerry. Welcome. Awesome, James. Welcome, Sherry. It's so, yeah, guys, and again, this is you connecting with me. I'm going to be helping you write the sales videos that has given me these results. Matt is going to be on here as well in these webinars, and he's going to help to answer any questions or little things you might get stuck with. And again, we will go above and beyond for you, because your success here is what is going to drive our success. Because again, it's all well and good me saying this works for me, I'm going to show you my results, but again, this works for any niche, anyone doing it. Yes, Aline, Android is absolutely fine. Derek, welcome, my friend. Welcome. Now, if you're on the fence, Lee, welcome as well, my friend. If you're on the fence, write OTF. If you're on the fence, write OTF, and let me know why. Because again, this is what is going to get you the results. I can't put it any simpler than that. If you don't have a good sales video and you don't have a good sales page, it's not going to work. You'll be losing money. It's like having a bucket with a giant hole in it, and you're constantly having to keep on filling it up with more traffic, and the water's going to fall out, and you have to keep on refilling it. Where by getting this one part right, doing it once, giving yourself a skill set that you will have for the rest of your life in anything you do, is so important. And again, we've made this to keep it as simple as possible. This is a course that is made for you to come in, watch and implement and get a result very, very quickly. This is not something I want you to take months watching and learning. I want you to watch this, use things you already have, get an actual result and get it out there and start making money. This is, and I know for a lot of people, this making your own videos and sales videos isn't sexy. But would you rather not do that and not make a killing online and make a lot of money with something that you can do once, do it right the right, do it right the right way first, versus trying to figure out how to do it, use weird little doodling tools, keep on buying video sales page makers or video sales video editors and doodlers and just these voiceovers and all this stuff, where we all know that those tools are made to make it look like they're going to do a great job, but everyone knows anyone that buys those types of tools is doing so because they don't want to benefit themselves in learning how to speak on camera themselves, record a sales video, and then be the person they need to be in their field. People like to buy from people, right? If it's an e-commerce product, they still would like to hear someone speaking about this, someone who's used it, the person who's invented it, or the person selling it, right? It's a thing that people love to work with people, and this is a skill set for many I know people are going to be afraid of. But again, how scary is an iPhone and you speaking on FaceTime to your relative, right? That's the feeling you're going to get by the end of this course. And again, we've kept it simple, and we've got those webinars coming up where I'm going to go over your content. I'm going to go over it with you live. We're going to work together as a team. Only 50 spots here. Make sure to use the code Founders VIP. Founder VIP. And you can jump into this today. Now, if you are on the fence for this and you know it's for you, you want to jump in, but 297 right now is just out of your ballpark right now. I want to make this something that can be available to everyone, right? And I'm still going to ensure you get all those bonuses, my actual sales copy, everything included as well. But I am going to do a payment plan on this, and I would never normally offer a payment plan option on a type of product like this, because it's really the value you get for 297 bucks. It's my number one skill set, and I see that's a reachable amount for most people. But purely because I want everyone to be a part of this, I am going to do a split pay option. Now, again, it's going to be, I'm going to put the link here, split pay. It's going to be 3 payments of $137. So it will work out to be a little bit more than the $297, but it will give you the full access to this today and to the webinars over the following weeks. But again, don't get this if you plan on not fulfilling those payments. It's totally fine if you don't want to join this, because I am more than happy. I always will do free value webinars, and hopefully you can go over this and piece things together yourself. But again, I can't spend hours and hours and hours on these webinars on a day, 6 hours, and I'm sure you guys wouldn't want to spend 6 hours on a webinar either, right? And again, I want to work with the people on this that need the help, that have the product or service, that see how important it is to really just nail getting sales content right, getting sales videos right, and then getting the sales page really nice and smick, because that is the gate to getting people access to your product, an affiliate product, a local business product. This is a skill. If you come into this course, you learn this, you could go to any local business and charge thousands of dollars to actually write their sales content for them, to then film their sales content for them, and really just instantly make a return on investment. One client, it'll pay itself back multiple times. Now, again, I'm going to answer some questions here right now. Steve says, when you go high ticket, could we become affiliates of this course? 100%. So when this becomes a high ticket course, which I plan in the next couple of months, I will be, let me just check something here. Sorry, I've just got a question that came in. Yeah, sorry, here we go. Yeah, so when this becomes a high ticket course, I will let you guys become an affiliate. Whether you pick this up or not today, you can become an affiliate of it, and you can sell this to other people. And I'll give you I'll probably make a 40 or 50% commission for the high ticket course. So it's $1,000, you can make $500 for this one here. James, if you cannot pick this up through that option, you can send it through to me through PayPal. Just shoot me a message. It's US currently. Kathleen says, I'm just starting to construct my first product, so I won't know what to say yet in the sales video. That's totally fine. Look, this is a skill set you can use for anything you do, right? And if you've got your product, you should, or if you're constructing it, the way you sell a product is by pushing the key benefits. Features second. You can put the features on a sales page in the copy, but sales videos are all about pushing the benefits, and that's what I want you guys to be doing. And it's the biggest game changer in conversions when you can understand this, when we go through this here. Lee says, what if we have not created a product yet? That's totally fine. What I might even do is a webinar on there on how you can then create. Well, like I said, one of them is going to be on how you can create your own membership product here. You can do how to actually. Let me just show you. I did a webinar a couple of weeks ago. Let me just pull it up here. This is a webinar I did the other week. Oh, sorry, other month actually. I'm going to send this to you guys in the chat box here down below. All right, so we've already got 20 people that have jumped in. Welcome to you all. I'm so excited for you. And again, welcome Lee. I'm so excited to have you as well. And again, we're keeping this simple. And this is not just a course just to watch. This is something you are joining to implement, to come back to me when we set the webinar times next week. And then we're going to work together on this throughout these 3 webinars we have set up, but I might do more if we need to there as well. Gary, yes, the webinars will be recorded. Brad Smith says, it would be awesome if you can help us create our own product. Well, again, yeah, in the course itself, I'm going to be saying how you can actually build an info product like I have. But again, I did a webinar a few weeks ago, top 3 ways to make money online in 2020. And I covered those there, which give you 3 different ways and 3 different businesses you can create this year. And then these are sustainable businesses that will stay with you over the coming years. And they're not just trends that come and go. Now, what I'm going to do, Robert says, I'm legally blind. I don't think I'd be a good fit. Do you think I could do this? Robert, very massive congratulations for being on this webinar and being able to come on here and learn. I think everyone has the ability to speak on camera and tell their story and really sell what they really believe in. I think it's something you can do if you do have an aid of some sort. Like for example, with me, I have Matt that helps me film things, right? I have no doubt you would not. I 100% believe you'd be able to write a killer sales script, right? Sales copy you can do no problem, right? That uses your mind. When it comes to filming, indoor versus outdoor light, there is things you'd be able to do. If you can see slightly, if you know where the windows are, you know which way the light will be facing, right? So you'll be able to work on these things. Yes, it will be a bit more of a challenge, but I love a good challenge, and I'm sure you do as well. We just make it work. We find ways to make it work. And Robert, that's awesome to have you on here, my friend. Karen says, how quick can we make our money back? That's going to depend on the product you have, the service you have, the traffic you send. It's going to depend on if you're doing this for local businesses, doing it for, like, you could, if you got one local client that signed up to you to do a sales video for them, you can make that back 20-fold instantly, right? But you need to be focusing again on giving the value to the audience, writing the sales script and the sales video in a way that it actually then helps the other person. It's about them. One other thing is, when I write these scripts, I use a teleprompter. And by teleprompter, I use my iPhone and my iPad. There's teleprompter apps out there that I use that can really just make things a lot easier, because you can just read them, right? You can read them. But then in saying that, some videos I just do on the fly with how I'm feeling. I rehearse it, I just speak it out loud. And there's tips I'm going to be giving on these future webinars where we're going to be focusing on this subject, is how to really just vanquish any fear of speaking to your phone. And I think it's one of the beautiful things, and why we're seeing an increase in people creating content, because people are getting used to speaking on their phone, FaceTiming on their phone. It's not like having a big giant camera crew around you. We don't need that in this day and age. You can do this and make multi-million-dollar sales videos on a very shoestring budget if you get the things we teach in this course right. And that's why we keep it simple. You'll see these videos, some of them go for 15 minutes, 20 minutes, some of them go for 5 minutes. But it's about keeping it simple, and I want you to produce here. I don't want this to be a course you pick up, you get an endorphin rush that you're feeling good, you then say, oh, I'll go through this over the next couple of months, and then I'll have the knowledge, and then I might get into it. No, I want you to go through this training and implement it right away and build something out, and I guarantee you'll feel that you have got more done doing that with this course than any software or other offer you've done, because you know deep down video is where the sales come from. Video is what can make or break any business, right? If it's a poor video, you're not going to get the people viewing. If you are, and again, I know a lot of people saying, I don't want to be on camera. Whatever it is you're selling, you are going to be the expert in that field. You should have, and I believe in you, and I have that self-love and love for you, that I know that you know what you're selling better than anyone else, and you should be the face of it. And if you don't want to be the face of it, at least be the voiceover of it if it's a physical product you're trying to draw attention to. But I guarantee those that pick this up and implement it, the confidence you will get when you launch your video and your sales content, and the feedback you will get if you follow this information directly and take action on it, you will be blown away with the feedback you get. And this is now why I love doing sales videos. I know it can be a bit frustrating writing things out and having to type Word documents out, and sounds easier, like if someone can just do it for me, right? But no one can do your job better than you can, and that's why I'd love for you to be a part of it. So again, I'm gonna give the one-time link. Use Founder VIP for $200 off. And then there's a split pay option there, which is one payment today, 2 payments, one payment next month, and one after that. The split pay option does cost a little bit more, I think about $50, $80 over that period. But don't pick this up to cancel. Only pick this up if you're serious about getting results. If you're someone that knows you need a video and you need a sales page, which hopefully is everyone. Get ready for the webinars that are coming up. When you go through this course, you come down to the webinar here. I ask you guys some questions in this. And again, we will be developing this out with any other videos you do have, you would like information on in a bonus section. This is a team effort here. This is why we're doing it now for $297 versus for $997. I'm only doing this for the first 50, I believe 30 people have now picked this up. Terry says, I'm 70-year-old woman, I'm not shy, I'm not no problem talking on camera, but the people I'll be selling to as a younger crowd. Would you recommend one of my granddaughters to do the ads? Look, this is going to depend on a multitude of things. If you're an expert in your field, I think you should do it, right? People, and it depends on what it is, but people want to learn from people with experience. Anyone that's older than me has more experience in life, and I'm going to value them and give them respect for that I can learn something from them there. So I think the age of someone being older versus someone that's 22 and might not have that life experience yet, depending on what it is you're selling. I think you should rock it. Dave says, have I set the training webinar dates yet? No, I haven't, because I wanted to see where the most people who pick this up come from in the world, so we can choose a time that suits best. But I will be following up on that here. Cool, Sky. Let me just take your email down here. Let me just come out here, and now I'm going to go. Sorry, notes. I'm just going to send a quick email now, just while I'm live. And then I'll add you manually. If anyone gets any issues, you can shoot me an email. Robert, shoot me a what's your email, Robert? I'll touch base with you after regarding that. And in saying that though, if this is not for you today, you can't pick this up today, I want you to go ahead and watch the replay and start building something out. Build something out yourself, right? And what I might even do then is I might choose one person out of everyone that does this after the replay, and then I might use that as an example in a future webinar, because again, I'm all about free content and about helping people, but at the same time, when it comes to creating these courses, it does cost me a lot of money, and Matt a lot of money, to travel, to film, to get the equipment, and to acquire this knowledge that I'm giving you that's generated me, you saw, tens of millions of dollars there. And this is the same template. Nothing's changed with what I'm sharing with you in this course for any sales video I've done. I've broken them all down. I'm giving you my sales scripts. I'm actually physically giving you the copy and paste text of what I've used for the biggest launch ever last year in the world on JVZoo. Giving you this, how you can do it yourself, and I'm very excited for you to be a part of this. Alberta, I'll get your number. I'm going to shoot you an email now. And we'll go from there. So I have a question regarding product creation. Can I email you? Yes, I'll shoot you an email now. Any other questions, guys? Let me know here now. It can be about anything. It doesn't need to be about the offer now, because again, I feel we've got 30-something people signed in now. So I feel I'm not going to keep on pushing a product. If you know if this is for you or not, you know if you're ready for this or not. But I guarantee those who are, it's going to be a very great experience, especially when we do those webinars, and I'm going to go through your content personally. Just shot you an email. Okay, John, yep, so this will be open until probably the end of the weekend, maybe a couple of days later. Make sure, if you are interested in this, to write down the code FOUNDERVIP. FOUNDERVIP is the coupon code. What less cost will do the job, Android or iPhone? You can do it with Android or iPhone. Would it be good to start doing videos for affiliate products initially? If you don't have a product yet, for sure. Great way to get practice on selling other people's products, right? And making a commission for it. Perfect, perfect. Cool. If there's no other questions here, we've gone for an hour and 15 minutes. It has gone for a little while, guys, but I appreciate it all. I'm going to send the replay out afterwards. Again, I'm going to make a link for this. It'll be lukesworld.com/video, probably is what I'm going to call it. But I'll send it out in the replay later today. But again, thank you all for your time. I appreciate you all. Kathleen says, how long is an average sales video? Look, it can range anywhere from 5 minutes to 15 minutes. Most people will get converted within the first 2-3 minutes, but depends on what the product is you have on offer. But I'll talk about that inside. James, awesome. Let's do that. Guys, I appreciate you all. Matt, I know I appreciate you all. It's been good to get him out from behind the camera and in front. Those that have joined, I'm going to be following up with you guys shortly as well. I'm going to organize those webinar times. I've got a bunch more content that I'm going to be adding in there over the following week as well, related to the bonus content on how to build your own course. Any questions you have, shoot them through to me, and then I'll see you guys next week. So next week, though, same time here, I'm going to be doing another webinar, it'll be another pure value webinar. Coming out of this COVID time in most countries, and even if you're not just yet, it's a good time to really start to get that foot back on that accelerator and start building a business that can really make the second half of this year pretty game changing for you. And I've got some pretty cool things I'm excited to show you guys. So thank you guys. I'll speak to you shortly. And any questions, shoot me a message on Instagram, probably the easiest place to find me. All right, guys, have a great day. Bye.